Hey, my Ready to Love fans. Yes, we got another episode to talk about. Drama filled to say the least. One man loses his top connection. That same man gets eliminated at the end of the night. And the drama continues between Sue-Ann, Blake, and Jeffrey. Welcome back to Romance Review TV. It's Lady T. Got another recap for you guys. Ready to Love. Season 7, Miami, episode number 5, The Math Ain't Mathin. And without any further ado, let's talk about this episode. So we're back in Miami, and of course our Ready to Love singles continue to venture into exploring what drama can develop rather than what relationships can. And it left us with last week's cliffhangers where the man has the power, one of our three ladies about to be eliminated, and finally it was revealed that Corvair is one that's going home, which to the dismay of Demario, that girl was his top match. And unfortunately, his lifeline and his pleading with the other men did not work. But he did realize that sometimes you're just going to be overruled. And so unfortunately, she was eliminated. But she did say, hey, if Demario, if it is what it is, he'll come back to her, which we'll most definitely see if that's the case. Now, let's talk about first Miss Cynthia. The girl can't get enough kudos from me. She is absolutely everything, and everything is her. And whatever man she tends to spend alone time with, she instantly gets the attention. And Anthony is currently the lucky one on a date with her. But yeah, he better watch out, say too much, and other men may discover what they're missing out on. But she was enamored by him. She thought he was fine. And that nurse practitioner looks absolutely handsome. But I could also see the chemistry between the two of them. And I know one of her original top ones, of course, had self-eliminated. But now with Anthony in the mix, look like it could be a winner chicken dinner with this one. Okay, so let's talk about Morgan and Tony. Now, she loves it when he's attentive, but she hates it when he's not. And she likes to dangle the fact that she likes Lyndon as a means to get him to act right. But who knows how long that may work on Tony, or if she'll need to for much too long, since it doesn't seem that Tony is really making a real effort with anyone else, because it looked like he is really into her, but he also made it known that if she play a little bit too much, he can pretty much cut this whole connection short. And then let's talk about Blue. Now, Blue really hasn't got a lot of airtime this season and has been someone who, thanks to, I guess, Blake, have survived due to not being in the controversial light with the women. Thankfully, though, he does end up on a double date with Marcia Jeffrey alongside Blake, and he comes off looking pretty good. Now, for Marcia, this is unfortunate because he wrote her off already, but for Jeffrey, consider that she is gaining a new interest as one fall off. This is a win since Blue may have mutual feelings with her. But I gotta say something with this so-called double date. I don't know if the producers are pushing something or people are pushing something on their own. And with this whole double date being set up by Marcia with Jeffrey, Blue, and Blake, you can kind of see how they tried to push the envelope and try to trigger a response out of Blake. And granted, Jeffrey, she tried to keep it cute. Blake was trying to keep his mouth shut, which I appreciate, because it's like, hey, don't react to what they're trying to get out of you. But you can tell that she was definitely trying to milk an understanding or a private issue, which technically this should have been squashed and over with. But as shown by Blake, you can tell he was very uncomfortable. And that's case in point with the date with Jonique, similar to his date with Z. It seems that if he doesn't want to waste time, and you know what, he just don't go with the flow. He goes to the beat of his own drum, and I can totally understand that. Now, he does open with Jonique and reveal that he has a police and military background. But one thing about him, because he's so intentional with Sue-Ann and he has his one connection, he really don't see wasting time trying to put on airs for Jonique. Now, she might have think it was a wasting her time, but if the connection is not there, I say don't force it. And obviously, I would rather somebody be very intentional, whether that's into me or not into me, and make that known. Don't try how to fake the funk, and he definitely does not in that particular date with Jonique. And she got the point, even though, you can tell that this particular date was forced by production. Then we got Demario, because he had an issue with Jeffrey and Mark Anthony kissing. Now, does he present some sort of insecurity based on being cheated on or anything like that? I don't think so. No, not at all. Unlike Jeffrey, who makes it clear that she chose Mark Anthony since he was actively pursuing her that day, Demario's attitude was very much in the mindset of, but you like me, so why did you kiss him? And when you factor in him asking how her children will feel, and then him telling the producers all these things to make it seem like he didn't like her anyway, it helps you understand why he probably ended up in the bottom too. But the thing is, she was pretty much an interest that was not at the level of Corvair, which at this point, I don't understand why he was so upset about the kissing challenge, because, I get it. I understand men are territorial, but in this particular case, I guess it was because he said, why didn't you choose me to kiss versus choosing him? So let's talk about this elimination. And the ladies were pretty vocal about the men who they found connections with. And the Anthonys, both Anthony and Mark Anthony, was at the top of the list, along with Blue and even Tony. However, when it came to who they did not like, it was clear that Jeffrey's beef with Blake wasn't just between them, but it also included Sue Ann, someone who gets nicknamed Advocate Sue, because when Jeffrey starts bringing up what was going on with Demario, Sue Ann jumped in. Now, for whatever reason, Jeffrey still doesn't bring out any of the receipts from that whole Blake situation, but she does shut Sue Ann down without them. So I don't know if maybe she doesn't feel the need to go that far, since in her head she don't think Sue Ann is presenting a real challenge. However, with the ladies' drama aside, Blake still hasn't won any favors with the ladies, and after Demario losing Corvair, who got eliminated, by the way, and not fostering any new connections in this particular episode, our handsome guy with the gorgeous eyes, Demario, is eliminated, and he leaves peacefully. However, as for Blake, unlike the other ladies, Cynthia, who delivered the news to him, speaks to Blake in a way he understands. She said that she understands how he is, which appears to help him understand that the ladies don't like the way he's so direct. I don't have a problem with it. I've even said it in the Facebook groups. I prefer a man to be intentional. However, these ladies in this case don't like it. And while they're willing to let things ride for Sue Ann's sake, they want him to approach them in a different way. And this includes whether speaking up regarding whatever is going on with Jeffrey. However, I honestly think that he's choosing the right way of not engaging in that drama. And that's exactly what he was doing, even though they're trying to start something with this man. It was clear at that double date when they were doing the whole, chakras thing. It was clear that they wanted to poke the bear, and thank God he did not engage with that and he kept it peaceful. So I can appreciate that. But at the end of the day, we lost Demario. So with that elimination, I'm hoping that Demario actually go and track down Corvair. I guess we'll find out offline. I usually follow these guys on Instagram, so we shall see. But let's see what could happen next. We have the men in power. Could it possibly be Jonique next time? Or, because of the fact that she's not connecting with anyone and has seemingly been making it just because others, ruffle the other guy's feathers or whatever. But she's been pretty cool, but not on nobody's radar, And who should be alongside her? Maybe Jeffrey? I don't know. She could possibly be once again in the bottom two, or maybe Marcia. While she likes Blue, he made his decision 2 weeks ago regarding her. And then after that, Blake might be forever on the list of elimination, because a lot of women, even though they want the truth, they don't like directness. They want you to bring in, and kind of coddle the conversation, but that's just not who he is, and it doesn't set right with the lady. So he probably will once again be on the chopping block. Could it also be Lyndon next time, since it seems like Lyndon is only the backup plan for many of the ladies? So unless someone says something dramatically just out of this world in a Demario or Fabrice type of way, Blake isn't likely to probably make it past another elimination. And then what would that mean for Sue-Ann? Because she does have a possible connection with Anthony, but I don't know how strong that is, because it seemed like with next week's episode, she and Blake are really, really getting cozy. We even see a kiss happen between those two. So we got to stay tuned. Okay, so let's get the conversation started down in the comment section. What do you think about this drama with Sue-Ann, Blake, and Jeffrey still brewing? And then do you see any possible new connections forming? What do you think about the whole situation with Anthony and Cynthia? I'm feeling that one. That one is like it's going to be pretty good. So they could be one of the ones at the end, one of the solid couples that's coming up. So I want to hear your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for other recaps on this channel. And until the next one, like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you next time. Bye.